Welcome to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart podcast. I'm so excited for season 2 and the great guests you're going to hear from, their struggles, how they overcame their struggles, their triumphs. Through personal and business life, I think they're tied together, and we're going to share great stories about that. This show isn't just about me. It takes a lot of good people working with me. Among them is my partner, H7 Network, and Clay Hicks. Building relationships, building community is the mission of H7 Network. They want to create a network of champions where everybody wins. Find out more at h7network.com. And we hope to motivate you, inspire you, and educate you through our show. Enjoy the show. We'll talk to you on the other side. Welcome, everyone, to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. And for my pleasure, this is the youngest guest I've ever had, but he's served more than I think some 60, 70, 80-year-olds that I know. He's inspiring people, he's motivating people, and he's excited to help people, which is why I want him on the show. Dylan, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Steve. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to share my wisdom.
I love it. I'm excited. Give me your quick background, what you've done and where you are today.
Yeah. I started from Silicon Valley growing up as a kid. So, at a young age, my mom helped launch the video game Sonic the Hedgehog, as well as Xbox Live. My dad was the CFO of Sega for over 20 years. So I've been surrounded by tech at an early age. For me, I started social media as kind of my path into just a professional world. And I started 2016 on a platform called Musical.ly. I was getting bullied in middle school, so I wanted to use my platform to show other people that there's others who relate to them. From there, I started going on social media tours and doing a lot of stuff, being a very creative person. I was making music. I was working very closely with Warner Music Group. Social media to date have over 2 million followers on social media across different platforms. In addition, when I was younger, I managed a bunch of influencers. I managed influencers with over 100 million followers plus. I managed a kid named Lil Huddy when I was 16 years old, and I got him from 200K to 5 million followers in a year and a half, and I was his first talent manager. Now he has 50 million followers, which is incredible for him. And now currently I go to USC. I'm an undergrad. I just finished my third year. And thank you. I'm studying business administration, minoring in music industry, and I run the first and only social media influencer content creator club at any university. It was started at USC. We've been able to expand this organization to now 25 plus universities. I think the last time I talked to Steve, I was like, we're at 10 universities, but now, we're expanding so much. We're in 25. Our goal is to be in 50 by the end of next month. So we're moving very rapidly on this one.
That's a lot to do in your 21 years, but I have a question, and knowing your parents' background, how did they inspire you to jump into all this?
I think, growing up in the neighborhood, I grew up in Atherton, to give you a background, and it's dubbed the most expensive zip code in America. And growing up, we're not from Atherton. We were from, 2 cities over. This was something that we saw, and it was, a prized possession of living in this town, and we're here, happy doing what my parents love doing. They're both in the gaming industry. So at an early age, they instilled hard work. I watched my mom as she learned about launching her own company, my dad as he became CEO of a few different companies, and navigating the professional world. And I think, growing up in the gaming industry, it brought a very unique perspective on things that the average person wouldn't see, because you see people working together, you see product managers, and I was always doing my homework at the Electronic Arts headquarters while my mom was in meetings and talking with employees. And I think, coming from that background, I was always driven and motivated with that entrepreneurial mindset. Whether it be a lemonade stand when I was 5 years old, my mom always likes telling this story of a bake sale that I did in front of our local country club, and I gave all the proceeds to the World Wildlife Fund. I think it was only like $200, but my mom loves telling that story, just like how entrepreneurial minded I was and just trying to build different things. So watching my parents and being inspired by them, I wanted to, pave my own path in this social media avenue.
I love that you're an entrepreneur. You haven't even mentioned money yet. You're an
No.
entrepreneur because you want to inspire, right?
Yeah, my goal, I mean, when I tell everyone this, my goal, if I have anything that I want to do when I'm older, is to inspire at least one person and make a difference in someone's life.
Well, I think you've done that already at 21. At 42, I can't imagine what you're going to have done, but
Thank
and I'm
you.
going to follow your journey and hopefully work with you. Now, I want to talk about the TEDx talk. It's very
Yeah.
unique. We talked about before the show how your view of social media. Can you tell the audience about that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, like I said at the beginning, I started social media because I was getting bullied. And it wasn't just verbal bullying. It's like movie definition of bullying, like getting beat up in the bathroom, blah, blah, blah. The administration wouldn't listen. The teachers didn't believe me. And I was like, well, if I can't really find a place in school where I'm supposed to feel comfortable studying and getting an education, I need to find this community somewhere else. So for me, social media was that place. So I gave my TED talk about that story, about how social media saved my life. And it's really inspiring because, now going on tours and being in the social media space for so long, when I was on tour back in 2017, we had so many parents coming up to my mom and saying, your child saved our daughter's life, and the videos that he made and curated. And I was like, well, I was just a kid reading Shakespeare for homework and live streaming it for fun, but it really does make a difference. And I think that importance of interaction on social media is something that we really don't talk about that much. When I gave a TED talk, I talked about connection, community, just coming together. And I think that's essentially what the importance of social media is. People look at social media and they're talking about social media like, oh, privacy and security and all these different things. But I think, ultimately, and we can look at Facebook, when it was started, it was really just a place for people to communicate and connect with each other. That's for me what I built my social media following on. And that's where I think social media plays such an important role in today's life, where you can't really meet like-minded individuals if it wasn't for online. Like I wouldn't be able to meet someone from Europe and talk to them. But with social media, you can go face to face and you can interact with them and you can talk to them and build a relationship. And I think that's what's really cool about social media.
And you're right about Facebook. It's a great example, Dylan, because when they first started it was in college, like you are
Yeah.
now. They hey college people to connect and all over the country. And
Yeah.
it's sure evolved into something completely different. Some not good and some good,
Yeah.
but we hope it goes more to the connection. What would you tell a parent of a bully or a bully right now that's listening to this show?
I think honestly, I don't even think that there's anything that we need to say to someone who is a bully. I think the people that we need to talk to are the victims. You're not alone. You will get over this. Any hurdles that you're dealing with, any bully that's acting in a wrong way, they are doing that because they don't like where they're at right now, right? They're trying to use their fed up anger and they're trying to expel it into the world. And unfortunately, you as a victim of being bullied is you just have to deal with it. You might not be heard, might not be listened to, but there are so many people who have gone through the same things that you've gone through. Through thick and thin, you will get through it. You honestly, you will be a stronger person, but don't think of it like, oh, I want to be bullied because I want to be a stronger person. But think of it as this is going to make me just be better, be stronger, be more determined, and use this as an angle for you to be like, I want to prove these people wrong.
How important is the support group for somebody being bullied?
I think a support group is so important. I mean, as a Gen Zer, bullying and mental health and depression and suicide is leading cause of death. And I think it's ever more right now. This is a topic that people need to talk about and people need to hear. And I don't think that we talk enough about mental health in today's society, but it is so, so, so important that we bring awareness to it and we show people that there is a community out there for those who are dealing with these circumstances.
You learned a lot. I feel like I'm talking to a 50, 60-year-old. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
In regards to, um, you're growing, 21-year-olds listening to this, let's say,
Yeah.
you got I think 4 or 5 businesses, what would you tell them? You're doing it. You're a beam of light right now,
Yeah.
and you want to reach out there. What would you tell them, the entrepreneur at that young age?
I think that the biggest thing, and this is the same answer that I gave to people who ask me, how can I get started in social media? Is you just need to start, right? And I think the biggest barrier to entry for anything, and in school we talk about barrier to entry and a business term, but I think the honest barrier to entry is yourself. A lot of people are scared, fear that I'm not going to be successful, but you have to have that fearless mindset where, what I do will make an impact, will touch other people, will inspire people, will help support communities. That is the mindset that you have to be a strong entrepreneur, because if you don't believe in yourself, why should other people believe in you?
You believe you're a servant leader?
I think that for me, everything that I do is drawn amongst community and trying to, make a difference in other people. So I think that, with that being said, this organization that I run called Reach, which is my social media content creator club across these different universities. I joined it because I know there's so many TikTokers out there who want to learn about the space and navigate this. And I've been in social media since 2016. I've had over 7 years under my belt being in this space. And I just want to make a difference and an impact into these people who are trying to become successful, try to become big, and show them the ropes of here's how you can do it.
What happens if we have 40-year-olds and above listening to this show? What would you
Yeah.
tell them? They're like, I'm not 21, 22 like you, Dylan. What would you
Yeah.
tell them?
Well, first of all, if you're a 40-year-old, 50-year-old trying to become an entrepreneur and you haven't become an entrepreneur yet, maybe you were working in the corporate field and now, with all this talk about recession and layoffs, blah, blah, you're like, okay, maybe it might be time for me to think about starting a company. One, don't just start a company because you want to start a company because you know that it'll impact other people or yourself. It'll make a difference and it will solve a problem that you faced or solve a problem that others will deal with. Don't find the problem as you're coming up with the product. Know what the problem is first. But then in addition to that, know that there is no age for an entrepreneur. It's not, oh, I'm 18 years old and that's the best time for me to be an entrepreneur because when I'm 40, well, I need to think about paying off house bills and hospital bills, blah, blah. There's never a bad time to start becoming an entrepreneur. There's so many people who shift paths, down the line because maybe they just fell out of love of what they were doing before. So, whoever you are, wherever you are, however old you are, entrepreneurship is here and it's here for you.
And people on YouTube, you're going to see his shirt. And if you listen to my podcast, you won't. It says have a heart 3 times.
Yeah.
You're talking about passion, aren't you?
100%. I think that, if you aren't doing what you love doing, then why are you doing it? I think you brought up me not talking about money, but for me, money follows passion. Like passion is the first and foremost thing. If you don't have passion for doing something, you're not going to be encouraged to do it or be encouraged to be successful. You might just be complacent, and complacency is not something, especially for an entrepreneur, that you want to have. You want to always think about what's my next goal. For me, I think in very tangible goals. For my club right now, I'm like, okay, our goal for May was to be in 25 universities. Our goal for next month is to be in 50. I'm not thinking my goal is to be in a bunch of universities. I'm thinking step by step, what are accomplishable, what are concrete, tangible goals that I can accomplish to move myself 1% closer to my dreams and my goals every single day.
Yeah, I mean, a phrase that comes to my head is passionate greed. It's good
Yeah,
to be passionate, but when you become greedy, you take the servant out of the whole equation, correct? Um,
100%.
and your goals sound very achievable. You use that elephant philosophy. You can't eat a whole elephant once. You take a
Yeah,
piece of the elephant. I'm never a fan of that phrase, but it means a lot.
yeah,
You take a piece of it at a time, right?
yeah. I mean, you can't be successful overnight. There's no such thing as an overnight success. You can't just make build a city in one day in that type of metaphor. You have to figure out,
Yeah.
here's what I can do today, here's what I can do tomorrow, here's what I can do the next day, and keep building and building and building your empire every step of the way.
And that's exactly what you're doing, because you weren't a success right away. You had to get through your
No.
bullying and support and get your peers to talk to you. And by the way, I'm going to put his link, his website in the chat. Please listen to his TED Talk. And if you know people being bullied or parents dealing with kids being bullied, it's a great start for them. And with that being said, let's do a shout out, Dylan. How can they get a hold of you if somebody wants to reach out to you?
Yeah, I mean, all my socials are at Rodin Flash, RODINFLASH. My link in bio is flash.komi, KOMI.io. And it has all of my links to all of my socials and everything right there.
Can I get a little crazy with you?
Let's do it.
So I'm going to do this, and I usually do 2 or 3, but the first 5 people that reach out to you, Dylan, and
Yeah,
mention the podcast, I'm gonna mail him a gift.
let's do that. I love it.
So what he'll do is he'll reach out to me and say, this person's one of the first 5. I'll get your contact info, your mailing address, and mail it out to you, because what you're doing is spectacular, no matter what age you are.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. I looked up all your stuff, and Rod and Flash, how'd that name come? It's interesting to me. And
That's
what's
a
it
great
mean?
question. That's a great question. Well, to nod to my parents who, were in the gaming industry back in the day, or still are in the gaming industry. I was with my mom actually last week. We were at a gaming conference together. So I still get involved here and there, meet people. But when I was in 5th grade, and I was starting to get into making music, I really like the video game Minecraft. My mom knew all the people who led the Minecraft Mojang team. And in the game, there's a item called Rotten Flesh. And me as a 5th grader, I was like, oh, what could be really cool to make my gamer tag? I was like, let me do Rotten Flash. So I made that as my gamer tag. And I used it for all of my social media accounts as well when I was making music and then starting into social media. So, now it's just a nod to where I came from, my parents who inspired me to be where I am today. And it kind of reminds me at the same time that I need to pave my own path and not, do what they're doing, but find what I love and, find a way to navigate that route.
Well, so the kids listening to this show, I know I wanted to ask this question. What's your favorite game right now?
My favorite game. That's a good one. I play a lot of Valorant, which is by Riot Games. It's like a character version. If you know like Smash Bros, there's like different characters. It's a character version of like a CS:GO or a shooting game. So it's very fun. I love playing it. I played it all through COVID. And it's just a very laid back, fun game and a great community.
And he's not sponsored, listeners. Go out and get it. He's just doing it for free. If you want to fight with Dylan, there's the game you need to go to. And I love to see it.
That is a game that you need to play to get in contact with me.
There you go. And I dabble in fantasy sports. It's amazing how esports is now in that. I just saw this morning CS:GO. You can bet on who's going to get more shots and kills. It's like,
what is so funny is our Reach faculty advisor at a UCLA chapter, she was telling me 2 weeks ago, she was like, did you know that Olympics finally have esports? I'm like, that is insane how it's merging all in one.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Has that come out yet? The Olympic esports?
There's a news article about it a few weeks ago.
Well, that's cool. Well, it's here to
Yeah.
stay. It's not going anywhere, as your parents have proved that. It's
Yeah.
going to keep coming. Another question of as I thought about you all week before the
Yeah.
show, you've got multiple businesses. Do you
Totally.
have a favorite one or one you really focus on, or are they kind of across the board?
I mean, all I'm looking at my board right now because
Yeah.
that's all of my companies. My favorite one right now is my influencer organization,
Yeah.
Reach. I brought in my best friend from middle school and high school, and all of our national team is, people that I'm close with. So we're all mission driven. We're all aligned. We're all coming together. My best friend from middle school and high school, he's also working with me on one of our other companies that we've launched. And now what we're gonna be doing the next few months and years is for Reach, we're gonna have a Reach Ventures project where all of my companies will fall under, where all of his companies, and where anyone in our organization, if they have a startup that they want, myself and my team to support and advise, and whether it be financially or opportunity wise, we have this venture so that we can be able to support new entrepreneurs, whether it be creators or marketers or just people who want to get into this space. So we're going to be launching that in the next few months, and all of my companies are going to fall into that. And I think aligning everything under this mission-driven organization will be really, really cool.
Yeah, I really like that you're bringing your close friends to your business. It
Yeah,
doesn't always work. I mean, family, and they're
it
not
doesn't.
family. It doesn't, and there are a lot of reasons why.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
am I thinking right? You brought these guys in because they know your passion and mission better than anybody.
I think my mom is someone who warns me every day
Yeah.
saying not to bring in my friends to a company because then it feels too business-like. But for Reach, it's not, we don't think of Reach as a company. We don't think of it
Mm.
as this is a company where you get shares and all of that. In fact, I told Walt, who is my COO, I told him we're not thinking about Reach in the essence of shares. I could say that I have 100% of shares right now, and I'm not giving out any shares. That is not the mindset we're thinking. We're thinking this is a nonprofit. This is an organization that we're building out to support creators. We're going to build this out because we love this space. We love social media. We want to inspire people, and we'll make money through it. There'll be, everyone will make money eventually, based on everyone's position. But we're not here to launch a company and exit. This is not a company for us to exit. This is not for a company for us to sell. We are not making decisions where we will be selling it. This is a company that we've built because we love this space and we want to make a difference in other people's lives.
We're running out of time here. I could talk to you for another hour. This is just, I mean, the time flew. I can't believe it's been over 20
100%.
minutes. But the last question I want to ask you, and the first time I met you, and again, I've been thinking all week,
Yeah.
what is keeping you so humble?
I mean, I think the fact that I came from a vulnerable place and I know what the struggles are. I grew up in a neighborhood that was rich per se, but I knew who I was and I knew what I brought to the environment that I was in. For me, I don't think of myself as someone who has become successful. I don't think of myself as someone who is accomplished. I've been doing things my entire life because I love doing what I'm doing. People ask me every day and they're like, why haven't you dropped out of school? Blah blah. I'm like, well, that's not for me. Like, I am a normal person who is just pursuing different ventures. It's similar to like an actor, a teen actor. It's like they love doing acting and they're not thinking of, oh, I want to become the best person. I want to become the most richest person. I want to be in every single movie. I think of what I do as, I want to make a difference in other people's lives. And for me, if I'm able to do that, and if I'm able to, give to a community that I so love, then I feel like I've done something right. So for me, Reach isn't an organization about becoming a title celebrity, about becoming an accomplished person. It's, for me, it's about making sure that the social media community and the community of content creators uses their platform for good and for positive change, and that's the only thing that matters.
Yeah, and that's so well said. God bless you.
Thank you.
I'm so
Thank you.
excited I've met you, and to have a heart on your shirt. You just
Yeah.
described that. You're living it. And I hope more
Thank you.
people listen to this. And I hope 20 to 30-year-olds listen to this because they
Thank
need to
you.
have hope.
Yeah.
You are our next generation to make this world go, and you're doing great things for that. And I'm going to support you as much as I can. And
Thank you.
thank you for being on the show. It's my listeners are going to love this.
Of course. I appreciate you, Steven. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. One more favor from you, of taking some of
Yeah.
your time. What's one tip or a piece of advice you can give my audience that's helped you up to this point?
I like going by the motto, and this is my motto on social media in general. If you look behind me, I don't know if this is a video podcast or an audio podcast, but the flag behind me, it says my stage name, Rod and Flash, and then right here it says dream big. And that's how I end every single live stream that I ever do. I always make sure that I tell people that anyone can follow their dreams. There's nothing that prevents anyone from reaching to the stars, from being someone that they want to be. This is the time to just make a difference and really make sure you're dreaming big. So